news started being very curious to run these days. You can keep doing that. So what we're trying to adjust is I come to see people as friends to maximize people's ability, people's talent, and people's passion. Right? I believe so. I do believe that if we can have the work or the vision, people can be passionate, and which is allowed with all what everyone wants to do. That's the best way to maximize the people's ability.
Following passion.
That's right. That's
So maybe you're 14 or 40 years old.
I think so. What's the difference? I don't know. He might be totally wrong. That's how we're looking at running this company for 60 years. So.
Bloomberg Brief delivers the market news, data, and analysis you need live every weekday at 5 a.m. Eastern. Bloomberg, context changes everything.
Hey guys, how's it going? Kick things off shortly. So yeah, post NFP here. Interesting numbers. You know, it was strong numbers. Which is good for the US in the longer term. You know, for these short term periods, this is where we can capitalize on that particular news event, and this is exactly what I was talking about earlier on in the week. It might have been Wednesday. Now I was talking about these sort of low risk buy or sell opportunities that present themselves when you are in a post news event sort of environment, and the entry presented itself and pull the trigger. That's as simple as it needs to get. I know what I'm looking for, which I'll explain in a moment, and as soon as that happens, I'll be in the trade looking to get out. I mean, this is like a nice 1 to 2. It's pretty a good risk to reward, and the probability of this playing out is rather high. So I'm happy to open up the risk here. So let's just jump on over to the 15-minute time frame just to show you what's going on here. So post NFP, yes, the S&P in its entirety, same as the Nasdaq, has been moving up. It's been in a bullish market for quite some time. And then zooming in shortly to this current price action. Now the week was kind of, or towards the end of the week, it was kind of flat. I think it was start of Thursday here. Very, very flat. Not really. It didn't really progress anywhere. It consolidated quite heavily. In lieu, obviously, of waiting for the NFP event to really print on the market and then move forward in the desired direction. And interesting to note how the consolidation, you see liquidation, and then it's probably going to move in the desired direction. Now I'm aiming for this high here, which is more likely to get taken out when we're in a bullish market, yeah? So we're in a bullish market here, large sell-off. This sell almost gets people involved in the market. It's gonna get people looking for sells. It's gonna trick them or induce them into looking for a sell. This supply and demand traders is typical of what to look for. Now, I'm not saying that supply and demand doesn't work. It does work. Any strategy works. It's just letting it play out over time. And I'd rather this sort of methodology, it works for me. And it makes sense in my mind. So, we see liquidations higher, and there's a reason. Look at that. We've exactly hit the 5380 level there on the S&P. Highest it's ever been. We're the highest S&P's ever been, but when you're in a bullish market, it's hard to call. It's hard to call the top or the top of the market. When is it going to switch and do something like this, which is a large downtrend? You know, it takes a lot more than just technical understanding to move the market from, I don't know, 4,800, you know, down to 3,500. It takes a lot more than that, and that's a significant move on this particular pair. So yeah, moving on. Bullish market. You can see here in terms of the 50-minute structure, I've just plotted these out here. And you can see it went bullish here and then we shifted bearish. And again, it's almost like you see on the lower time frames here, you see that building up of liquidity, big push higher during an NFP, liquidation, settlements occur, and then big dump. Big dump, and it does exactly the same, you know, large settlement. Significant low here, it's probably a 4-hour low. Jump on over that, yeah, 4-hour low, fractal low. So it's bound to target that, and it's bound to react and give an entry, and this is where the 1 minute time frame comes into effect. Now, 1 minute time frame I would never advise to use. Typically, from my experience, it's not really relevant for people that work full time, they've got a family, have got other stuff going on, you know, or if you could only trade from your phone, you can't be on your laptop 24/7, or you can't be on your laptop in session. In the 1 minute time frame, it's probably not for you. I like it because I'm looking at very specific events, probably twice a month, where I know I can get into trades like this. And it's simple, mechanical, that's what I'm all about, you know, there's a rule set there and I'm going to stick to it, and this is a particular rule set for this particular event or post the event. Yeah. Same for CPI, same for that. Same for interest rates. So yeah, the 15 minute, just break that down. And if we look at the 1 minute here, let's just break down the structure and see what's going on. Now, if you're trying to buy this here, that's quite low risk. That's quite high risk, sorry, because you're assuming that the market's just going to turn around here. In my opinion, you know, it's better to wait it out and then get in after the fact. So see here, putting a low, high, low, and then we get some internal structure here. But put a new high here, back. Low and high. And then, this is where it gets tasty. This is what I call a settlement. You know, this is where we're settling buyers out of the market, and we're good for buyers in this area. Yeah. So when it pulls into this particular area, I'm waiting for the reaction. It happened to be this candle here. Also note the open here. Look what's happening here. More almost inducing people into the market, getting them involved on that sell side. So you see the New York Open, bang on there, big sell-off. Or not sorry, big, it's a decent sell-off, yeah? Decent sell-off, it's almost going to get people involved. I mean, probably if you're trading ICT, you know, you might have got in here, and you probably shorted. Potentially. But I'll probably look to roll my stops soon. So yeah, we come into the settlement zone and then we take off, you know, and that was the entry pretty much, and the rest is history. I'm waiting for TP. I'll probably look to roll my stops maybe, depending on how it's looking. If it starts to sort of trickle its way up, then yeah, I'll probably roll my stops. But normally after these events, it's just gonna take off and surpass the high. Yeah, I'll put that on there just to note how interesting it's stopped bang on 5,380. Now this is a TraderBait account, as you can see, trading live, position taken. We'll see how it sets up. Hey Cleaner, how's it going? Yeah, that's it, repricing. You know, we're in these high impact key news events. Liquidations happen. A lot of people shorting the market over these past couple of days. Imagine, right, let's just strip it back a little bit from a basic buying and selling point of view. Where is There we go. If you're like, it's come Thursday, the S&P's just hit all-time highs. It in a lot of retail traders' mind, in a lot of newbie traders' minds, it's reached all-time highs, so it's pretty much going to go lower. So, just be mindful of that, and that's exactly what's happened here. So you can see reach peak all-time highs. Come, for example, Thursday London session. People probably sell in maybe here, stops above the high, maybe here, and then you'd still be in this position if you're targeting lower prices. Yeah. Same again. Coming into New York session, probably again, a lot of other people could be shorting here for whatever reason, whatever strategy they use, and they could have taken profit. If you're looking at 1s, 2s, 1s, 3s, fantastic. If not, then you might have taken a stop loss, or you might be holding out for even lower prices. And then again, coming into the session this morning, more people probably induced to sell, especially like, for example, here. Stops above the high. Now, I always say get out, even if you're in a trade, just get out before the news event anyway. There's no point in being in when NFP hits. Futures is not too bad, but CFDs is the slippage can be quite bad. And you can see there, that's exactly what's happened. Liquidation, settlement of everyone and anything that was looking to sell during this period. And likewise, people looking to buy. People looking to buy pre-NFP, especially the 2 days before. It's like building up that liquidity. Especially this 4-hour key low, key liquidity pool. It just gets taken. And then people looking to buy here, the low gets taken. Let's just zoom in here. The low gets taken here. People looking to buy, which stops below the low. It's a high risk buy. Wait for structures print, settlements, and for it to take off. Yeah. I mean, there's a potential entry here, but I'm not going to take it. I'd rather it take this low. You can see, let me just plot this structure out for you. Let's have a look. High, equal highs. Yeah. I mean, it's like if we're looking at this internal range here, you can see that there. And it's, I'm not going to take this entry, I'm already in this. I'd rather wait for this to hit TP rather than open up more risk. But you can see more settlements. But for me, I'd rather it do something like this. Come back, potential remitigation, and then it will take off, maybe. Like I said, if it starts to get a bit sketchy, a bit corrective, then I'll just roll my stops to break even, and then, that's that. So that's the ES, the S&P 500. It's looking nice. Low risk buy. Can see essence of, teapot vibes for sure. So powerful, even on the 1 minute time frame. So I'll probably monitor that, see how it goes. EU again, buys could have been potential but didn't fruition into anything. Big, it's looking for a big push lower. I'm pretty sure I said this at the start of the week. Let's jump on over to the 15 minute. Looking for sells inside here. Actually, it was yesterday. Sells inside here. You see this news event here. Bam, big impulsive push. No, obviously not as impulsive as this, but news event nonetheless. Liquidation happens. I think it's probably a 4-hour as well. It happens here, and then we see a nice 1 minute reaction, and then an entry here. And then that's Thursday, similar to the ES, look how corrective it went for the rest of 24 hours. It's crazy. But it's in lieu of the fact that NFP's coming up and liquidation happens anyway. See, it's dropping even lower now. So yeah, shorts inside here would have been nice. Would have been a loss anyway. but just be mindful, and I said this, I think it was yesterday and the day before, look what's happening, we're building that internal liquidity here, liquidation, mitigation, which also mentioned, push lower. You notice I keep on using the same words because it is that simple when you know what to look for and how markets move and how orders are sort of move from one hand to the other, and the charts become a lot clearer. And like I said at the start of the live, keep it simple and keep it basic. For some, obviously, this doesn't look basic, but it's it gets easier for sure. Now NQ, if I'm in ES, I'm probably not really going to be trading NQ. Like I said at the start of the week, I think it was Monday, I favour ES anyway, or S&P over the Nasdaq. I prefer how it moves anyway, but I mean the move is very similar in terms of the S&P. Here, bearish 15-minute, it went and then it shifted bullish, bearish. When it's doing all this shifting, it's consolidation, it's just corrective and sideways. And this is exactly what happened. Corrective sideways price action signaled by the shifting continually, low momentum, and then NFP liquidation, push lower, and it's probably going to push higher. Have a look at ES, see what's going on. Yeah, I might just roll my stops. Break even. Yeah, I'll probably leave it there. That's fine. Yeah, so we're break even now. Break even trade. See how it goes. This is, from my opinion, a high probability buy scenario. That's it. Keep it simple. Keep it basic. That was one thing I wanted to touch on. DAX, yes. Let's jump on up to the 15-minute here. Now, super clean buy this morning. I didn't take it. I wasn't available this morning for London session, but super clean buy. So, if you've not been watching the live calls, go ahead and watch yesterday's or Wednesday's, talking about the DAX. Like any index, it's bullish in terms of its underlying nature, but if we zoom in, we can note that it's clearly bearish on the 4 hour here, denoted by the lower lows, lower highs, and it's really pushing lower. Similar to what happened over here, it kind of looks like that's happening again. It's kind of not pushing through with any conviction to take out this low, and it might just mess around for a bit. Could even flick the high again and then go lower and continue this sort of 4 hour pullback. That is a potential, but 4 hour bearish. You can see here, like these NFTs on the highs, they're good signals there that we're going to go lower. And then London session here, look, you can see it on the 4 hour candle. Liquidation, expansion to the downside. A lot of people inside Evolution took this trade. So, what do we know? We know the 4 hours bearish. And then if we're plotting 15-minute structure, let's do this. So we've got lower high. There we go. Internal structure. Nice buy scenario here as well. Counter, of course. Big push up. Nice entry that was. A few people took this also. That's a good trade. And then you see here, then we start to see bearish momentum playing out. This is internal, of course. Just be mindful of that. So we know the 4 hours bearish there. 15-minute externally is bullish. Then if we're looking at other factors stacked in its favour, You know, that's what's key here. You know, stack those probabilities in your favour. What do we know? 4 hours bearish. We see large liquidation event here, NFT on the high. And if we see a similar scenario coming into a key session, whether that be London or New York, we can for sure sell that off. Look at the range as well. The range low to high, we're well priced. We're in a good pricing point here. Yeah, you know, we're not overextended. We're not, you know, stripping it back. We're not selling in a discounted market. You know, we're making profits here. We want to sell when it's expensive and buy when it's cheap. Basic economics. So we push, and then see this here, just before London session. But as I said at the start of the week, note what DAX does. It likes to move an hour before London. Likes to move before London. And then look here, look at that 15-minute candle. Look at that. It's good. It's a great entry candle. Big bearish signs there. Full body, wick, full body. Hit the sell, stops above the highs, probably 50 points. TP 1 to 2 or 1 to 3, whatever. It's regardless. I'll probably go 1 to 2 back into the range. Simple as that, you know. Following 4-hour pro momentum when it makes sense from a pricing point of view. Keep it well priced. Good trade, really good trade. So DAX, I mean, in the space of a few days, you've got this buy here. It's 1 to 2. There's 4% there on the table in the space of 2 days. Let's have a look at ES. See what's going on. Nice, pushing higher. Pushing higher. Trying to think if I had any questions for you guys. Doesn't look like it. You should head over to my Instagram, get some questions over. Out top here, what could you tell your 20-year-old son as advice? I think patience is a good one. Remain patient. There's no point in rushing things. Patience, get good education. Yeah, I'd probably say the top 2. Find a good partner. I've got a great one, so that's also beneficial. These ES longs, pushing higher. See that nice entry there, played out. For those that did take it, I mean, I'm giving 3 signals here. It's basically a free buy signal if you wanted it. And I mean, even if, for example, you bought that there, stops below here, I mean, you're probably already at 1 to 1. I mean, I've just made you 1% if you took that. There you go. There's some nice profits. Yes, this is another one actually. Euro. So for buys, I was waiting for, similar to what happened on ES there, on the S&P, similar setups. You know, we're in a bullish market anyway on EU, 4-hour and 15-minute. This is just one push lower. And this news event really did liquidate the highs and expand to the downside. Like I said, liquidation and mitigation pushes lower. And like I said on ES, I wanted the 1 minute time frame, that post news event strategy, we call it EvoX inside of Evolution, to really present itself, and it didn't really give that. We kind of, you get some people buying here, trying to buy and then fade the news, but it's just too early. You see a push higher here, fails to do that. Tries to push higher, it just couldn't find anything. Again, just try. It's just trickling lower, and it's just simple 1 minute structure there. It's just going to give you so many clues. Like even here, it's trying to push higher. It can't do that. It's probably, well, I say it can't. It's probably not going to. It's probably going to take out the low, and it'll just trickle down lower. So even yes, we've had the news event print, we're waiting for an entry, but I know what the rule says. I know what I need to tick off in order to enter this trade, enter a long trade. Really nice. Could see some sort of, you see they sort of buy and then it drops off. Could see some sort of reaction at the 5365 level-ish, potentially. But I mean, yeah, if you're in this buy, that's a free, like I said, a free goddamn signal. Quick 1-to-1 for you, and even if you're targeting the highs, 1-to-4. This trade here for me was around 1-to-2. It was a 1-to-2-ish. Just above it. So yeah, I've covered everything I want to cover. No more questions. I've not got any on my phone. So yeah, it's great chatting, guys. As always, any questions, just shoot me a message on Instagram. And the link to follow me is in the bio. So yeah, catch you later.